Welcome to all those that are joining us live, and welcome to all those that will be watching this later. This is an informative webinar to talk about the MoonDance Summer Solstice gathering and immersion that we will be doing at SerpentMound Woodland Altars in June. So I'd like to start off with a prayer, creating this sacred space for all of us to share what is in our hearts and how we were guided to be here. So Terry, could you start us off with a prayer today?
I can. I just got back from walking the Serpent Mound and kind of feeling the energy of this peace summit, of this moon dance and this immersion. And so, Creator God, thank you for the sacred day in this most sacred place, wherever you are. Anytime we connect with you, Creator, there is no veil. We become like hollow bones. We receive your love so we might give it freely. Creator God, today we thank you. We thank you for opening our eyes and our hearts to this moon dance immersion peace summit, summer solstice. Creator God, we thank you. We weren't even going to have it, as you know, and next thing we know, it's like, oh, it's going to be a full moon. And here we are. Here we are. We listened. We listened. And we thank all the powers that be that will bring about this powerful, beautiful, healing time for those who feel the call. Let all the obstacles be removed so they can make it freely and easily. Every person that comes is important, very important to this healing. So we thank you, Creator. We thank you for setting this space. We thank you for the woodland altars where we'll be. We thank you for the energy and power of the Serpent Mound. And we thank you for the beautiful people that will be sharing their gifts. Hi, hi, ho. Amen.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you. Thank you for lighting the call. You can almost smell it. So beautiful. Thank you so much. So why are we here? Why were we called to this? And Terry, we have to start with you. Like, how were you called to this?
Well,
Because I said we weren't going to do this.
I know. And I kept on saying, no more solstices. We're just going to focus on the equinoxes, that balance, and be there. The solstices are very powerful. And so some very interesting things happen during the solstice, the things that we have to overcome. And that day I was texting Lisa for some reason, and I just happened to look at the summer solstice and saw that on the 21st, the 20th is the solstice. 21st was a full moon, a full strawberry moon. You know, the ripening of the berries, you know, the food of the gods and goddesses to partake in. And I told my husband Thomas, and Thomas said immediately, he said, moon dance. I said, no, we're not going to do a moon dance. And then he like turned into this 8-year-old boy and he goes, moon dance, moon dance. And so then said, Carla, hey, you know, this is kind of your vision. And you had every intention of having a women's ceremony at a different place. And that didn't pan out. But somehow, your prayers were answered. And here we are to do this moon dance, this immersion. The more and more I hear from people, they're saying that when they come to our peace summits, that it's a time for healers to heal so that they can go out and share their gifts. And you all are healers and very gifted. And so, you know, like I said, we ask that you listen to your heart, because I know that there's many of you who are going to feel this and want this restart. And how do you say restart when you're talking about the ancients? How do you say restart when you're talking to the ancients? I don't know. Maybe Carla can answer that. Anyway, go ahead, Carla.
Thank you, Terry, for sharing that. We were talking back and forth, texting back and forth earlier today, and we were talking about the roots of MoonDance. And it's interesting. And when I ended up texting through was it started in the SerpentMound, at SerpentMound. It will remain at SerpentMound. And that was just so clear. Like there's no question where does it need to go anywhere else? Like this is where it was birthed. It was birthed for us in 2020. The very first one was actually done on Terry and Thomas's property. And it was a beautiful, again, full moon. It lit our way that whole night. And every year after that, we have done this dance. So, of course, this being the 5th time, it's going to be at SerpentMound. So when Terry said it, Thomas is in the background chanting.
Which he notably doesn't do.
He doesn't. So yes, it was a profound yes. It was like there's no question. Yes just comes out of your mouth. Like, okay, we're doing this.
The masculine to the feminine. Mm-hmm. Honoring the feminine.
Yeah. So I'd like to open this up to Luna and Sylvia, because coming from your cultural background, what is your history of MoonDance, so that way those joining us can understand the history of it. We can have the two of you unmute.
Yeah, but first of all, I would like to say that we are very thankful with every one of you, and very honored and also very thankful for SerpentMound family, because since we've been joining SerpentMound, not only me or Sylvia, we can feel the love of their family there. Even my family that there is in Mexico, they've been healing. They've been healing, and I think, and this is the purpose that why we're doing all our offerings and all our prayers, because we're here to heal. We are here to heal and to feel that we have a family with you is kind of amazing. And share all these prayers and the healing with you is like, for us, it's or for me, it's gonna be the first time that I will do the moon dance, even that in my family, some of my aunties, they did, but like, to be honest, is it like directly in my family, there anyone who did MoonDance before. Even that we're living in a culture that you have a family member or a friend who already done this, but we always hear that it's like such a hard work to do it, or just like trying to keep hiding because not all people were allowed to do that. So that's why it's really, for us, it's really important, because even that we're living in a culture where people do it, or you at least see it, one person that already been done this beautiful ceremony. Sometimes we feel like we are a little bit far, or we need to walk, or we need to awake. But I think for my family, I already talked to, we are 7 sisters. All my family, I told my mom all the time that, wow, what a responsibility you have on your hands. And she says that we come here to do the community. So, and we're here to help other women to raise up. That's what she says. So, in for all my family and for all the gratitude, I'm really, really thankful to Carla's vision, and for every one of you to holding space for us, because it's not only me or Sylvia that we've been doing this, is our lineage, that we are of our country, and we've been doing our offerings and praying for all the women, not only for my family, for all the women that they just wanted to do it, but they are not allowed to do it. So thankful for Carla's vision, and for all the hands and the spirits that they working on in trying to do this dance. And yeah, I feel the support of all your hearts and all your prayers. And yeah, we're here and to share all. Like I said before, the only thing that I know is that I don't know anything. But my heart always says that, come on, you have your body who maybe allow you to do to stay all night and to offer all the songs and prayers, but it's your ancestors that they are praying for you, and they just lead you with the right place, with the right people, and very honor and so much gratitude for start this journey with a beautiful people as all of you.
Oh, thank you, Luna. Thank you so much. Sylvia.
Yeah. The first thing is I'm be grateful and thankful for with a great spirit, because it's amazing and magic moments and amazing people and lovely people be here beside with me and my sister and my mother, my father. But on this time is very important to me, because I'm prepared for Sundance the first time too. So your vision for me is so blessed blissful because with your vision, I'm balanced with my feminine and masculine energy. So I don't know, I feel like 1,000 years my spirit's waiting for that time, for this balance for my spirit. I don't know, I feel like it's close for a lot of pain on for my spirit, for my family, and start the new energy, uh, new energy life of de, ¿cómo se dice? La huella del amor.
To the love, to find the pure love.
Yeah, to find the pure love for myself, for my family, for all the women beside to me, and for the plants, for the animals. And Carla is very important for my spirit, and Terry is very important on this time for my evolution spirit, and Thomas and everybody, Lisa and grandmother Barbara, and the family SerpentMound, and my lineage, Masawan. So I don't know. I don't know. This moment is very magical for special for my spirit, for me. Yeah. And thank you so much for your visions. Thank you so much, Carla, for your spirits, yes.
Your spirit guidance.
Your spirit guidance, for your energy, your lovely energy. I don't know, for you, for everything you are here. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Luna. Or Sylvia, that was so heartfelt. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that. You know, that's why we are all gathering, because we are healing. Our lineage is healing as we heal. Those in our family heal, those in our community heal. That's why it's so important that we do this work. And as Terry said, we weren't going to do this, and it wasn't in my mind, but then I get a kick in the ass from Terry and Thomas, and it's like, okay, I guess we are doing this. I would like to share with you that this has been really spirit-led. And each year it has evolved and it has changed. And it doesn't matter if there's been 8 people, 12 people, 60 people, 75 people. It doesn't matter. What matters is those that gather in their hearts and their intentions as they gather in circle for MoonDance. Back in 2020, I was gathering with a group of women just like this on these Zoom calls, and we were doing women's gatherings every full and new moon. Every 2 weeks we were meeting, and that's how originally this MoonDance came through, was through those gatherings and those meditations that we did in those gatherings. And I started taking notes and had no idea why I was taking notes, what I was doing. But lo and behold, months go by. And I always look at my notes again. And as I looked at my notes, it became very clear that it was a moon dance. And as I said, we began the first moon dance right at Terry and Thomas's home. So SerpentMound area is its birth space. You know, that's where it was birthed. And this is where it will remain unless we are told otherwise. But right now, it's so spirit-led. As I said, each and every year, it evolves a little bit. It changes a little bit. And this will be the 5th time that we are doing a moon dance in the SerpentMound area. And I still feel that this is humble beginnings. As we listen to spirit and as things change, as we're introduced to more people, more energies, we're called, you know, we're called to gather and to do this. And also by the hearts of those who participate in the dance. With the heartbeat of the drum, we literally tap into the sacred, this sacred within us. As Luna and Sylvia know, every time they come to the mound and the ceremonial dance begins, every step is sacred. But it's important for all of us to understand that it's not just when we're in circle, when we're in ceremony, that every step is sacred. Every step you walk each and every day is sacred. So this will allow us to go through a journey that will illuminate our path. It will honor those that came before us, those that will dance with us, and those that will dance. This moon dance honors the directions, the elements, Father Sky, Mother Earth, the heartbeat of our soul. Who's called to this dance? That's something for you. Obviously, we are all called. That is something that is truly personal. The first time we did moon dance, I actually had a participant say to me, I don't know if I could do this, but I'm doing it for you. And I stood back for a moment. I took a second to collect myself. And then I paused and I said, this isn't about me. This is not about me. This is about you, your journey, your lineage. Don't do it for anybody else but you. And I left it open for her. Said, if you can come, maybe you just want to watch, maybe you don't want to dance, that's fine. But you do it for you. And so I say the same to all of you that are contemplating, do I want to do this? Because I know there's been a few misconceptions around. I've seen a couple things on Facebook, a couple comments, you know, is this going to be a drum circle? You know, I want to make it very clear. This is ceremony. This is not a drum circle. We're not going to be dancing through the night and, you know, with a fire, playing around with the drums and, you know, this is ceremony. We're honoring the directions. We're honoring the elements. We're honoring our lineage, our ancestors. We're honoring ourselves in this moment. All of us will be sacrificing one night of sleep. We will be going all through the night until dawn. And it's always amazing. Anytime we've ever done it, you know, I always have a few people in my ear. I'll never forget that. And Lisa, you were at that one that we did the one night. I had one little person in my ear going, when we going up next? When, you know, when's the next round? And it was interesting. Like I kind of chuckled to myself because I thought automatically what came into my mind was Chief Golden Light Eagle. And I could remember everybody going up to Chief Golden Light Eagle this one year, and little one star was making a breakfast. We had this big spread going for Chief, but ceremony was supposed to start. You know, the time was set. And I remember Chief just sitting there and everybody going up to him. He had nothing to say until he got up, and it was just like, all right, it's time. Like, now I know it's time. And I felt like in that moment, like, yeah, everybody's getting a little antsy, like I understand it. But it's those quiet moments that when we're feeling antsy, it's the time to sit with that. Like, why am I feeling this? What's happening within me? This is a huge part of MoonDance. It's your time for introspection, your time to really search yourself. Pay attention to what is coming to the surface as you dance. I've seen some amazing dancers as they're dancing, and you know, the rhythms change with each round, and you feel like the anticipation in the first round, and then in the second round, oh, you're starting to go into the depths, so everybody starts going a little lower with their dance, and then you start to feel like, oh, I made it out of the darkness. I'm emerging. I have some clarity now. And everyone starts getting very giddy and very playful. And then you come to the final round and it's elation. I did this. I did this. And it's just this overwhelming knowing of at the end. And I'll never forget the one year, Terry, we sang as the sun rose. All of a sudden the drumming stopped, and then you started singing, and then everyone just joined in. It was just this beautiful, beautiful moment to watch the sun come up. And, you know, this is a ceremony where you are so transformed by it. And it will work with you throughout the 13 moon cycle. It's with you. It's with you. And it will remain with you. It will enhance your connection to the moon, to the cycles within yourself, the seasons within yourself, allowing you to really seek out and embrace yourself. It's a spiritual awakening. It opens you up to so much, like so much love beyond what you can physically imagine. Opens you up to wisdom, to clarity. It opens you up to feminine strength, which feminine strength is, and maybe this is just my perspective, but it's a gentle strength, but yet it has so much power. For a woman to understand that she can be both powerful yet vulnerable has such power in it. So we learn to embrace the vulnerabilities. We learn to really use our intuition and to reclaim what was once lost. And that could be anything and something different to each and every individual. It could be personal values that were lost to you that maybe you disregarded and maybe you'll pick up again. It could be values that you once valued and you were all of a sudden, maybe not. Maybe I should look at this as a different perspective. But all in all, this is your spiritual exploration. And MoonDance allows for you to fully explore and investigate who you are. For myself, I found that it's really allowed me to embrace those shadow parts of me, the parts that I wanted to hide, and Lord knows those parts have come out. They rear their ugly head and they come out, and then you have to look at it. But it's illuminated so much, and it has truly changed who I am. And I have no idea still who I am, but I know that this is very different than the woman that started this 5 years ago, because through these meditations it came through. And I look forward to experiencing how I'm going to evolve again from this next MoonDance. I can't think of better people than to share this circle in this vision with than each and every one of you. As I said, this is humble beginnings. Even though this is the 5th time we're doing it, it's still, we're babies. Like, we're all recognizing the importance of this, the importance beyond ourselves, how important it is for ourselves, for our families, for our communities, for the world. The power of the prayer while we'll be in circle, everyone will feel. And it is a huge responsibility, and it does ask a lot of us to give up one night of sleep. But for right now, it's only one night. But the vision is to grow this community. Like Lisa and I were talking earlier, and Terry, about a group in Mount Shasta that does MoonDance on Mount Shasta. And they started that, I believe, in 1992 or no, 2020. I'm sorry. I'm making it up. Sorry. They started it in 2020. How amazing. We were in Mount Shasta in 2020, and we also did MoonDance that same year. I don't know. It's connecting without us even understanding the big picture. And that's just it. We don't have to have the big picture up here. We don't have to have everything. We just have to allow spirit to guide us. So, if you are called to this MoonDance, sit with yourself. Really ask yourself, why am I called? Because if you're just called to have a good time, maybe perhaps you should come and just watch. Because in this community, the vision is to grow this community so that we're going to meet on Zoom calls. We're going to learn these steps, this dance, this prayerful ceremonial dance for each direction. We're going to work together as a community of sisters so that this community can grow and grow. And then who knows where, when, and how this will connect with all the other MoonDances that are taking place. There are other MoonDances happening in all different parts of the world. Each facilitator with their own vision, guidance, intuition that they're using. The thought of all of this happening around the world with all these people is absolutely amazing. It's overwhelming to think of the change that will happen within ourselves, within our families, our communities, the world. So I see, Lisa, you're opening up to questions if anybody would like a question. Is there anything you would like to add, Lisa? Because you've done this with us a couple of times.
I've always played
Nah, don't even say that.
you know, there's two there's it's interesting because I kind of, you know, when you know that you're going to speak, the headiness starts, and there's one part of me that always thinks I'm along for the ride. And although that sounds dismissive, it's not meant to be, because I think it's such a joy to be able to surrender in comparison. And that's what I feel like I get to do with this family, is I get to show up in a way that is so different. So, you know, being a part of this community now I joined you all in 2021 in a time of transition, for your community, as well as a different transition in my own life. And just what a blessing to have watched everything evolve and change and grow during the last several years. And I've been grateful for each and every gathering, but the eclipse gathering opened up something so profound. And I you know, Terry lovingly, I feel like, called for a divine spark to be awakened inside of me. And I feel like her prayer was so meaningful and so perfect that I'm bringing that spark into this experience. And just like with, you know, things that everybody shared here, I'm on my own healing journey. Something, and I can't remember if Luna or Sylvia said it, but it was something that was, so we're clearing the way. There is that idea of clearing the path, clearing the way. And I feel like since the eclipse, that's been something that's been meaningful to the part of the journey of life that I'm in, is feeling that strong desire to feel pure and open and connected and returned. And I feel like the world has rooted me in a lot of my masculinity over the course of the last 49 years. And as I thought about the vision of going into this year, which I started in March, the call was to have more to open up that feminine piece of my life, to be able to be in that gentle power as opposed to the power I'm familiar with. So I know that's what I as I prepared for this chat today, I really went over musically like the last 12 years of my life, and shed a lot of tears and felt a lot of joy and pain, and know that for me, this is a rebirth experience. And I'm nothing but grateful and humble. And I only hope I'm worthy enough to be able to do what is needed for the dance. So yeah. So I know over the last few that I've been present for, I've held space. I've been on the outside of the circle. I've played the bowls. I've sat in the mud. I've enjoyed be getting muddy and dirty, and all of the magical things that have occurred during the evening, and to see the sunrise right on time is something that's truly, I can't describe that. I can only experience it. So I look forward. I know that the calling is special. I know that the people who will be there are the people who are meant to be there, and I just can't wait to see who that is. So that's my 2 cents for the day.
I agree. I agree. Oh, thank you, Lisa. So do we have any questions? If not, I'll make up some of my own. Maybe that'll answer your questions.
Terry, are you seeing on Facebook? Did you check it by any chance? I'll check on Facebook if not. I see a question. I don't know if you guys can see the chat.
So Angela popped up.
Angela's commenting, yeah.
Can you share that, Lisa?
Yeah. Okay, what Angela is asking is, why do I want to participate in this event? So I'm assuming Angela wants you to know, to give her inspiration, is my guess. Angela, if I'm wrong, type that. So it says, why do I want to participate in this event?
She answered you and she put, thank you for sharing, Lisa. Your words helped me answer Carla's question.
Oh, it's
I want to participate in this event. I just
this is why you can't let me read. Let somebody reading's not my first not my best capability. I'm very smart, but I'm not a very good reader.
just having your presence there is participation. I wish for everyone to understand that your presence is participation. Your presence, whether you dance or whether you hold space in the outside of the circle, that is, you're a part of that moon dance. The dancers need your support, and you're there to support them in their dance. We understand that not everyone is going to dance, but your role is just as important as the dancer. They need your support and vice versa. Those dancers are also going to support you. You know, in between the rounds, the directions, you know, will meet in circle and support each other for whatever is rising to the surface for us, whatever was illuminated in that direction. So again, your role is very important, no matter you are a participant, no matter how you participate. I know, I believe some people were asking, like, what do you wear? That was a big question that we had. You know, to answer that question, and I'm going to say this within, we had an in where someone felt they were really honoring the culture. But anyways, I digress. I want you all to wear what you are guided to wear, but keeping in mind that this is ceremony. So we must be respectful of ourselves, first off, and of the circle and what we're doing. So we're not going to show up in a bikini to dance with the moon. This isn't the type of the circle where you're going to show up in your birthday suit. You know, everybody likes to dance around a tree and a fire, and that's great. But this is ceremony, so we're honoring ourselves. And, you know, we are dancing with reverence. So, skirts to the ankles, perfection. You know, long sleeve shirt, short sleeve shirt. You know, you're going to be dancing through the night, dress absolutely in layers. But for the women, wear a skirt. Absolutely. Whether it be a ribbon skirt, like it could be a ribbon skirt, it could be a long cotton skirt, it could be a long dress. During MoonDance, a lot of people also like to dress within what they refer to as their color or phase in life. You know, for those with holding wisdom within that are no longer menstruating, they would wear white. For mothers, they could wear purple. For maidens, they can wear red. I've had some women do a combination of red and purple because they felt like they were in between. They were a mom, but yet they were still maiden-like. You know, young women, teenagers and below, you can wear pink. You know, dress within reason for the ceremony, with honor and respect for yourself and for the ceremony. Okay. You might want to, like I said, dress in layers. You might want to bring a sweater to be able to dance through the night because we have no idea what the weather's going to hold for us. So we also have to keep that in mind. You know, be prepared for weather. You never know what could occur. Do any of you have any questions that you can think of that, or something that maybe I have not addressed? I see we have something else coming. Do women dance barefoot? Here, wait, I didn't get to read it all. Lisa, can you read it to me?
I can try to be a good reader. Let me
try to be a good reader.
Let me try.
Let me find
dance barefoot. I wish I could dance, but I am unable to. My back and knees cannot handle it. I feel I could support, but wouldn't be the same as dancing. And I as a person who's supported the dance, I don't think that supporting is not the same as dancing. I feel like I was absolutely part of that experience. My difficulty also is with my knees and back, and being able to stand and dance for that entire experience would be and still may be impossible for me. So being able to be around and to hold that energy for those who were inside the circle, you're very much part of it, has been my experience. So I hope that answers that for you. So please stay and be around the circle and hold that energy and space for those who are able to and feel called to dance. I think it's just as important.
Yeah, I agree. I think you'll find that you will be just as uplifted by supporting. You know, your role is very important. You know, as I said earlier, the dancers need support. You know, they can't do it without you. So your role is truly important. Any other questions that maybe, I don't know, did Terry or Luna or
I touched the recording thing, sorry.
So anything that I didn't cover, Terry?
Yeah, what's going to be happening is, like, on the solstice, the day of the solstice, we're going to have all our for the most part, all our men folk talking that day and sharing. We've got Lawrence Green, who is just a beautiful soul. He will be teaching the African MoonDance that evening. And so he's going to do the African MoonDance. He's going to be doing some drumming. And he's going to do stargazing. So that's all very, you know, that's our men participating. Also, Thomas Johnson, you know, he's going to be talking about, of course, why that woodland altars is so special, and sharing some of his gifts on stone relatives and the geology of the place. You know, that rock, he's my rock, you know? So he's going to be sharing that. We have a didgeridoo player from California, John, and he will be playing didgeridoo right at the time of the solstice. You know, so that'll give you time to just soak in what that solstice means for you. We'll have Zach Koons. He'll be sharing his poetry and his music. I don't know. I haven't scheduled. We may have, Pablo said he may be coming. And if he does, he may share some of his teachings and wisdom on that day. He wanted to come to help support the dancers. And we also have Baba Jabal. And he will be, hopefully, I got to talk to him, sharing his wisdom on astrology. He has so much wisdom over the years. He knows about StarKnowledge. He'll be sharing that. So we have that. These males that are coming in to represent the masculine on the solstice.
Is Crystalite joining us?
Oh, yeah, Crystal Light. He's going to be doing a meditation. And his story is amazing. There's this beautiful bright light. And his story is he was in prison. And that's when his life changed. Instead of, going on the poor me, I'll never do anything with my life, he ramped it up to teaching meditation and yoga in prison, and others joined in. Not a lot, but they joined in. And he has continued that path. So for the males to see how men are evolving in their spiritual path. It's interesting. I had a call from P. Diddy. You guys remember him?
Mm-hmm.
Drummer guy?
Drum guy is because he makes drums.
Yes, but he's not coming to sell drums. He wants to come for healing.
Oh, that's beautiful.
For healing. And he says, do you need more healers? And it's like, most everybody there is a healer. And so during these peace summits, these gatherings, people all heal each other just by being around other people of like mind and spirit. And you do have those moments where somebody will call you out or say something to you that just rings true. It's like, oh my gosh, you're right. And the land is healing. So we have that. And then I don't have the schedule in front of me, but sometime during the next day, we'll do the immersion. And that's for everybody. And what is an immersion? Sometimes you can use the word baptism, immersion. Words get, semantics, they get all kind of weird. But what Carla and I have been known to do is, first of all, we have somebody that is smudging you as you go in and supporting you. There's a big, beautiful pond there at Woodland Altars, and we bring people in. And Carla and I intuitively see messages for each individual person. And so if you're open and we're all connected to spirit, as I said, there is no veil, and we'll share with the message with you. And sometimes you'll have that aha moment, or sometimes you'll just get that spark, right? Mm-hmm. So that'll be kind of before the dance. Lisa, what are you going to be doing?
I believe you have me doing a past life regression before the immersion, I believe.
Do you feel like that's what you want to do?
I feel like they've always paired so nicely. It's almost like, let's revisit all the places we've been and then take that into the water for purification. So I feel like if there's two things that pair together really nicely, those definitely have.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what happens when you do that?
It's such a amazing thing to be able to hold, to guide people through that journey. And people go where they need to go, and they see what they need to see, and what, I've had individuals that have gone through galactic experiences. I've had individuals that have gone through being of animal, plant, energetic consciousness. I've had individuals just enjoy the feeling of being in pure joy or in Christ consciousness. I've had individuals be able to link things between what they're experiencing in their body, maybe a particular illness in another timeline.
Yeah.
And just the conscious awareness of coming into that space of witnessing it has allowed them to be free of it. I've had individuals go into that space and ask to alter soul contracts, to be able to go in and say, I no longer want to do this. There's something that they're going through and saying, yeah, I don't feel like this serves me anymore. And their galactic and spiritual council have said, we know, but we needed you to ask. So I feel like what people get from that space is all very beautiful and unique. And being able to do it for the individuals at the gathering for the last several years, I mean, the high frequency of the place, let alone the high frequency of the individuals. A lot of the individuals over the years, English isn't their first language, and they've come up to me and said, I didn't need to understand what you were saying to go where I needed to go. So it's a beautiful experience to be able to have all of those who I know are soul family journey together in those ways. So, and then you just take that to the river, if you need to the river, to the water, the lake or the pond or wherever it is that we wind up doing the immersion, wherever it's happening. And this one's in that beautiful pond. Just be free of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, we also have Yvonne. I'm not sure how to say her name. Lagunas. Lagunas. She will be doing some things similar but different than what you were doing. So we'll have more work. A lot of this inner work you'll be doing throughout the weekend. The morning of the full moon, we have time where we're just going to allow you to go on a plant walk if you'd like with Lawrence Green. And he knows so much about the medicinal plants, the edible plants, the reason why they have the flowers that have 5 petals, just all kinds of things. So he'll be walking you through that. Trying to think what else we have.
The woman who's coming, that's the beautiful, invest in like beautiful raw food. And
yeah, I think her name is Jakari, Conscious Health. She's going to do a sunset ritual on the solstice. And she is also going to be talking about raw foods, how they can heal you. And, because we do need to know what to put in our bodies, what's helpful. That whole weekend, we will have indigenous chef to be fixing very good, wholesome food. They'll be there. Anything else come to mind, Carla?
No, I think we covered it all. I mean, this is a little bit of a different event, as you said, Terry. I think it's important to mention that. Like, this isn't, as Terry said, like, she's allowing time in between for integration and just time just to be out in nature. So, yeah.
I'm bringing my Divyanka, my crystal skull. She's 30 pounds and she's Himalayan quartz. And so we'll be doing some singing, some meditation. You'll get to meet up with her. So if you feel like you'd like to bring, you know, your crystal skull for the altar or things like that. And then Sylvia, I have another skull, and the first time she danced with it was in North Carolina, North Carolina.
Online.
And she danced, and the energy from that skull, just by being in her hands and dancing, and it was just beautiful. So that skull will be there to the MoonDance to dance. Is that okay, Carla? I guess I should ask you.
No, absolutely. Yeah. I would
So,
love it.
so a man, what are men going to be doing during the MoonDance? Can they dance?
The MoonDance is mainly for women, but we have had men dance in the past that are called. And they are dancing for the women in their lives.
Oh,
For those that came before them.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have had men do it. They'll know if they're called. You know, we've had many men that have stood within the circle, outside of our inner circle, holding space for us because we need that support.
Mm-hmm.
And they've joined in with their drums, their rattles, whatever they have felt called to play. Yeah, so the men play a big role in this as well.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that I think about is I don't know. It wasn't the MoonDance. It was the circles where there was the women and the men, and the men asked to the women, what do you need? And the women said, we need protection. You know, and it goes back to me, and I know this is you know, a sentiment that Carla, you've shared with me, that our sacred responsibility as women is to bring men to their soul, and that men's sacred responsibility is to protect us so that we can do our job. And I always rest on that in the work I do to support couples in their journey, is to say, you know, this is our exchange, and it's meaningful. So I think having men be able to hold that space so that women feel safe to be in that space, protecting that circle, is a beautiful thing.
Well, and what do you identify as?
And that's important. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're identifying as a woman, we understand. Good. You know, we're not here to judge. Not here to judge. It's that's something we've always been, knock on wood, always been so blessed, is that people are so respectful of each other. And it's really quite a beautiful thing. They respect each other. And it's almost like the sweat lodge, when I say whatever happens in this sweat lodge stays in this sweat lodge. We're not, you know, yeah, go out, you could say how beautiful it was and things like that, but real deep personal healing for somebody, that is not ours to share. That is ours to be there to support you and love you and yeah.
Yeah, and I think for me it's really important, like as women, if we really want to find our balance, we need the masculine energy. So the reason that we're doing these offerings or dance to the moon energy is because we move our waters, our internal waters, through the dance, and we're also finding ourselves, but we are community people. So if we don't embrace that energy when we're trying to put our energy in balance, so it's like this, we're doing, I don't know, kind of separate or segregate or kind of separation. And I think it is something that is bother me sometimes when I hear about the moon dance, because they said, okay, last time I was planning to do moon dance, but like Lisa says, I felt like I really wanted to feel that protection in that place. And then the rest of the women, they say that they didn't want any men around, or maybe they can stay, but they can stay, you know, in the, where they have the camp. It was a little bit far. And I said, yeah, they here to support every woman here. And also because we're learning to do community and we're learning to heal each other. But how we can do that, like only carry our own how do you, your own load is too heavy if you don't share with the with another, with the person, because we are like kind of fighting between women and men, who is doing better and who is doing wrong, and we just judge each other. But that's why we're doing moon dance, because we try to be in balance, and we're trying to bring and to unlearn the things that the society just teach you, that you're separate, men is better than women or are stronger. Yes, they are stronger than us. We are not the same bodies, but we are not fighting with that energy. We are here because we are one, because we're trying to find a balance that we're just lost in some point, in somewhere, that, and we don't know. That's why we're come here to try to working with this energy without feel like weak in that energy. So, and when Lisa says that if they come and support, I will feel like this safe, because that is the masculine energy, gives you safe, and then you can also focus on your own work, because sometimes, or maybe personal, I feel like I have to do everything. Or sometimes I have to have this control, because I don't see the support of my community men. That's why they said, okay, I'm gonna do my sound dance, but I'm gonna do with my community, women community, and then everything, it goes like, go through very easy for everybody, and everybody receives the medicine of the moon. Everybody, we need to move our waters in the same way. So I think it will be beautiful if they just be around and support with their music, or fire, keep the fire on, or
yeah,
it is beautiful. I'm just grateful for that.
Yeah, I think it's very important they keep the fire outside the circle, the women's circles, because the masculine energy is powerful, is a powerful for our spirits, and we need the prayers. They sing all night and offer some tobacco or some medicine, sage or copal, because the woman cycle needs this medicine for move everything emotional, for keep the journey lovely.
To have a lovely journey.
Yeah. So I think it's for the reason we need a masculine support.
And that brings up a good point, that when you have people that are there and they're so excited to help, they need to go through the proper people to see if it's okay. Like, we will have Carla, I'm sure, will figure out who's going to be the fire keeper.
Yes.
And I've heard that during the when the Mexica Aztec dancers were dancing and doing their ceremony, it's not entertainment, right? It's ceremony. And we had some people that were going around with their sage and doing their own things, and they were trying to help, but this is their ceremony. So you really need to be respectful of what's going on. If you feel so moved, then wait till things have stopped and ask the proper person, is this okay? Because, you know, yeah. And then you have to ask yourself, you know, like, if you're wanting to jump in to do something, is this ego or is this spirit talking? You know, I am guilty too of getting really excited, and I'm trying to get a lot better and calmer about things like that, because, you know, what Carla's vision is and what you're seeing her do, even though you've done other things, maybe you've done a moon dance before. This is a different vision, and we're not here to change it. We're here to evolve it, you know? So.
Yeah, thank you for saying that, Terry. Thank you. I'd also like to elaborate on what Luna said, because you brought it up, Luna, and about the men supporting and how important and powerful. You and Sylvia both brought that up. It allows for men to step into a different kind of power. Men are so accustomed, because the society, community, the world, that forceful power, that will do this, or I'm here to protect you.
Machismo.
Exactly. So they are going to receive a beautiful opportunity to step into gentle strength. That's where true power is, right there. It's not that forceful, very masculine, heavy handed. So it's going to be a beautiful balance of the masculine and the feminine. So I thank you, Luna and Sylvia, for bringing that up, because that is a very important aspect of the masculine. We need their support. They need us. We need them.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful. It's balance. So, final thoughts.
Well, first of all, Delia,
yes,
she asked a question: could my grandson dance for me, like represent me, since I can't?
He can if he's called to. He himself must be called to.
And
so he's
so
called. Yeah.
What about like Delia? I would think that even if she had a nice place to sit, that is in the circle, even though she's not dancing, her spirit is dancing.
And all those in the circle are dancing for those supporting that circle.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if someone wants to dance for you, that's fine, but they have to be called. Again, it's not something that they're doing it for you because that's what you want.
Mm-hmm.
They have to know that all those dancing in the circle are dancing for you that are supporting. This isn't just about them. Okay. Final thoughts, Lisa.
Yeah, something occurred to me, and I shared it a few nights ago in a group. When Diane Patterson joined us a few springs ago, and she sang the song, I think the High Sierra song, there's a part in it that says something along the lines of men are doing what they can to hold up the sacred feminine. And I remember just, feeling that lyric. And I was sharing that song with my mother-in-law after that. And when I heard that song, I was like, hell yes. And when I played it for my mother-in-law, she went, I wish. And I went, we're in two different worlds. Like in her world, that's not true, but in our world it is. So I feel so blessed to be part of a dimension and a group and a frequency of human being that is in balance with those two energies, that's not in competition, that recognizes, as Luna and Sylvia both said, we all have our place. Well, I'm paraphrasing, that each of us have a role, and in order to make a whole, we all have to show up, and that energy has to stay balanced. So, I know with going into having the summer solstice, that longest, beautifulest, sunniest day on Thursday, and then that full moon on Friday, to me feels like the yin and yang, just that we're celebrating the sun, we're celebrating the moon, and we're celebrating both of those energies and spirits in us. So that's my final thought, definitely, for the moment.
Luna and Sylvia, final thoughts.
I'm so excited to start this journey, and it's very, very interesting and beautiful the way that the things just find their own place. Because sometimes we're praying and asking for things, but you never know when it comes and where it comes and who is bringing that vision, or who people is gonna do it possible for you. And I think, and this is a really personal work that all women in a certain point, they will have to be done, I think, because it's a very introspective work. And I feel like that, and I just I want to address that the Carla says that is something that just ask myself, what is the reason that I really want to come and do the MoonDance? And we have the answers inside us, and sometimes the great spirit surprised us, really surprised with the answers. But I'm so happy, and with my heart and my mind, my spirit open to receive all this medicine and to share with this beautiful community. Thank you.
Thank you. I feel excited too. and I feel very nervous because I didn't plan on my life on this year, this ceremony, but when the grandmother Terry said, Sylvia, I have something for you, and I have a question for you. And I have a news for you. Carla has a vision. And I said, I didn't ask to my mind or my hair or my spirit. It's okay, just feel like it's okay. I need that. And I feel my ancestors with me. I feel like balance. I feel ready. I feel ready. I don't know what happened there in the ceremony. I don't know what I do. I don't know what is the prayers for that. I don't know, but I feel really good and excited and ready for it is for me, but it's for my mother, for my sisters, for my ¿cómo se dice? Yes. Aunties and cousins and for all the women. And I feel for the past and for the future women on my family. And for all the women beside to me, and for Lizzie, for Debbie, for Carly, for everybody, women. Yeah. So yes, I'm here and I'm ready for this ceremony. Yeah. Thank you again to you, to Terry and Carla Visions. I don't know, just I feel gratitude, infinite gratitude. Yeah.
We are so grateful to have you be such a big part of this. You and Luna both. Thank you so much. It's us that are in gratitude for the two of you in making this journey and taking this on, and I have no idea where this is leading us. I, like you, know nothing. But this just feels so right. And all we have to do is follow our hearts and listen for spirit, and we'll learn as we go along. All of that will come to light. So this is just the beginning of a beautiful journey between all of us. So thank you for being a part of it. Thank you, Terry, for kicking me in the butt. Sometimes I need that. Thank you.
I have to say, it's interesting. Yeah, in front of everybody. 2 times, or maybe it's been 3 times. You have been completely shut down from your vision. Completely squashed. Squashed. This strong woman, Carla, squashed by other women. Very strange. Now's the time not to squash each other. It's to build each other up. And Carla, I feel like with her vision, she has manifested women around her that are here to build her up so that she can fulfill her journey, what she was put on this planet to do. And that's something that we want people, when they come to our gatherings, is to realize that they're coming with people around them to build them up and not squash them. And Carla could have quit anytime, you know, she could have just said, no, I'm destitute, I'm poor, I'm this, I'm that. No. But no, she got back down. She got up again. What's that song? You know, that's what you did. And that's a vision
whatever
in and of itself. And Luna and Sylvia, here you are. Here you are. We saw you. We saw you. We're thinking, you know, Carla had said something about somebody drumming, and immediately in my head, Luna and Sylvia. This is a time that you're supposed to come up from the background and be the leaders. You're being called, you know, it has nothing to do with us, but you're being called, and you graciously and humbly said, I don't know what this big mystery is, but I'm gonna do it. And then Lisa, you know, she just showed up. It's like she kept on showing up and consistent and beautiful. And what came into head is you're the caulker. You put the caulk in the gaps to like a mason, you know, you put that in to help us. We put the brick in and you do that caulk. I'm going to call you a caulker from now on.
My maiden name is Mason, so you did not know that.
Really?
Yeah, you do not know that about me, but I am.
That makes sense.
I am definitely.
You are a mason.
My cocky, my cocky energy, the glue.
Yeah.
The mud that keeps things together, the muck.
We all have a purpose. And those people asking about should we, you know, why should I come? Well, you never know when it's your turn too, because we like to put people out of their comfort zone and say, sorry, but spirit just said, you know, you're supposed to do this. You know, even if it's for 15 minutes, you're supposed to speak on this, because, you know, we see your true colors. We see you all. So that's my 2 cents. Love you.
I love you. Love you, everybody.
love you all. Hopefully we answered all your questions. If you are still contemplating, should I go, should I stay, take a moment with that. Take a moment with yourself and really address, why do I want to go? Sit with your heart. Why do I need to be? Just let that sit with you. And please, again, no, we can't reiterate enough. Just showing up, you are participating. You are doing your part. It doesn't matter in what facet of the dance you are doing. Being present is showing up and is doing your work and is allowing for the work for yourself, your community, your ancestors, for the world. So thank you all for joining us, and for all of you that will watch us later. We are so excited for this event, and we can't wait to meet you all there. We cannot wait to see how this MoonDance is going to unfold, how this entire weekend is going to unfold. It's going to be truly special, something truly unique to each and every individual, and truly unique to what Terry has ever done before with the gathering. So this is incredible. This is it's huge. So we will see you in June. The dates are the 20th and 21st. Am I correct, or am I making it up? Okay.
Totally correct.
On the 20th, we are meeting at 2:22. Is that correct?
Uh,
2:20.
It's correct unless, you know, somebody else shows up and said, you know, I've been moved, and it's like,
It'll be 1:11.
1:11. Okay.
Yeah,
You know.
so times keep changing, but as of today, we begin at 2:22
Oh, I
on.
forgot to say, Maylee Yellowfeather is coming.
Oh, yes.
And she is Geronimo's granddaughter, great granddaughter or granddaughter. And she has gifts to share, you know, a lot of knowledge. And she feels called to be there. So she will also be vending some of her leather work and things. Anyway.
I think it's beautiful how this unfolded, Terry. Like literally the masculine on the 20th, the feminine on the 21st.
Yeah.
It's perfection how it's all unfolded. Yeah.
You can't make this stuff up.
You cannot. We've tried.
I was gonna say, Lord help me, I've been trying. Just I'm not that creative.
Me neither. Yeah.
Terry, will we be doing another one of these for more information, or?
It's up to you, Carla.
Okay. Well, you may or may not see us again. I don't know. We might do this again with the other presenters. Who knows? If you have any questions, please reach out to us. We would love to help you, but again, please know this is an introspection for you. So if you're questioning as to whether you're called to be here, please sit with that. This is only something that you can answer. No one else can answer. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you.
Later.
Lisa.
Later.
You
You.
love you.